FIFA after Taz. There's a head nod.
Welcome everyone to another episode of TNT Footy. We nearly got caught talking before we went live then. I'm Taz. Next to me is Egi, and in the north gear down the end is Todd / Moisty.
What's going on, people? What's going on? Finals, baby.
Finals ready.
Very excited. Lids off.
North haven't been in the finals for a while, but W side this year, but bang, all over it.
Yeah, actually, glad you brought that up. AFLW's round one, really good matches.
I watched one. That was North versus St Kilda. Gave a bit to Dean, and then haven't seen one since.
And we saw Melbourne destroy Collingwood. So hopefully we won't get a repeat of that tomorrow night.
I think we might.
I don't think so. I think it'll be pretty close.
Who's going to take old Gorney boy then? They brought in Cox. You really think Cox is going to man up on Gorney?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a great game.
Well, I was listening to David King, and he reckons the MVP of this final series is Melbourne wins will be Gorn. He said, "Who's going to stop him?"
Yeah,
maybe that's why they rested Noble this week. Maybe they got someone up forward for when Gorn goes forward. So
yeah,
Noble's too short, isn't he?
Yeah,
they rested him.
Yes.
Oh, of course. Yeah, because they're playing tomorrow night. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Hey, before we get stuck into it, just a quick question: why did the coach give his players cigarette lighters?
So they can light it up.
Because they were on fire.
No, because they'd lost all their matches.
Oh. Was that aimed at Todd? Was it or?
Hey. 3 this year. Next year, Taron Thomas said he's not going nowhere. North, I'll call it early. Top 4.
Has he said that? Has he said he's not going anywhere?
He's not going anywhere. Yeah.
That must have been in the last 24 hours because
it was in the last 36 minutes.
Oh, there you go.
No, I think it was lunchtime today. He came out and said it.
Ah, beautiful. That's good for you guys. That's real good for you guys.
Well, they looked after him, so you can't really.
That's the thing. Like I was getting a bit annoyed because of how much you guys supported him during the tough times.
Well, I don't think he ever said he was going anywhere. Essendon said they were circling. He never said anything.
He met with them.
Yeah, but you can meet with clubs without it.
Yeah.
It's like if someone offers you a job, yeah, all right, come see you. It's a free meal.
I suppose. You got your dad joke there, Reggie?
No, I don't, but I can get one up. I got a full deck of cards of them.
Here we go. Let's see who gets the win this week.
Oh, it's Egi. I'll give it to him already.
Hey, piss off.
What happens if you eat bad seafood?
Oh, I've got nothing.
You feel a little eel.
Oh no.
That's a draw for last. a draw for last.
Both as bad as each other. If anyone in the
chat got a joke, you'll win. Trust me.
Oh, that's funny. All right, let's get stuck into it, boys. I'm excited. I'm really excited for finals footy, and I think it's got a lot to do with Carlton actually you being able to contribute this year.
Yes, and St Kilda. It's been a while since they've both been in it.
It has.
This is true. I don't think St Kilda will be in it for long, but
that's true.
Yeah, I think. Are we going to do our tips at the end, or are we going to do our tips early?
Well, we just might as well get them up and down front, eh?
Yeah,
we've got that on the list, don't we? We'll start with that. Or do you want to go through? We'll go through the team first.
Yeah, why don't we
go through the teams?
Yeah, let's go through the teams. So obviously everyone knows who's playing who when. Well, I'm assuming. So Pies and D's tomorrow night. We've got the ins being Bo McCreary, Darcy Moore, Nathan Murphy. They were tipped all week for the past week to be the ins for Collingwood. The outs, Billy Frampton, Finley McRae, Jack Ginnivan, and John Noble.
So the Noble one's a bit of a shock there.
I know. Like when I'm looking at the team, I'm seeing like Oleg Markov, and I'm looking at Patrick Lipinski and Will Hoskin-Elliott. So I'm like, between those three would be the ones I'd pull out one of them for Noble. So I'm wondering why.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you got the teams up on the Titantrum behind us?
No, I don't know.
That's all right. So on the bench for Collingwood is you've got Lipinski, Mitchell, Cameron, Will, Hoskin, Elliott, and then your first emergency is Noble.
Yeah.
Then you've got Finn McRae, Billy Frampton, Jack Ginnivan, pretty much the players that were dropped. I was even surprised by Ginnivan. I thought he'd been quite good since he come back into the team.
Yeah.
It's a bit hit and miss, isn't he? I don't know. Has he re-signed at Collingwood?
He signed last year.
He did sign that for how many?
I
regret that.
2 or 3, I'm pretty sure he signed last year.
I think he's going to regret that.
But it was brought up on Gettable this season, so it'll be interesting to see if another team actually does try and hold a few conversations with him.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, there's probably biggest in all season for Melbourne, Tom McDonald.
Yeah, huge. Him and
before he went out.
Him and Michael Hibberd, by the looks of this. Do you want to go through the outs?
Yeah, so the outs we've got Bailey,
Laurie,
Daniel Turner, and Jake Malcolm, which is a huge out. Jake Malcolm's going to hurt them a lot.
been in career best form.
Oh, he has, and it's a big out. But now I watched on Gettable also that in contract talks for next year now. Maybe come back mid-season next year with Melbourne.
Be 33, I think, at that stage.
Yeah, so I think he's only got 1 or 2 more back in him. But if he can get back next year, that'd be good.
It ended the same form.
Yeah, and lead the form. Do you want to go through the Collingwood team, Egi?
All right. For fullback, we got Nathan Murphy, Darcy Moore, and Isaac Quaynor. For halfback, we got Braden Maynard, Oleg Markov, and Scott Pendlebury. For the centres, we got Scott Pendlebury. Steel Slidebottom, Taylor Adams, and Josh Dacos. The half forwards, we got Bobby Hill, Brady Myercheck, and Jeremy Howe. Full forward, we got Jamie Elliott, Daniel McStay, and Jordan DeGoey. For our followers, we got Mason Cox and Brian McQuarrie with Jack Crisp. And then, as Taz mentioned on the bench, we got Patrick Lipinski, Tom Mitchell, Darcy Cameron, and Will Hoskin Elliott.
And do you want to smash through Melbourne for us there, Taz?
I do, and I've got a comment on the Collingwood team, which we'll get to in a moment.
Yep.
So, fullback, Hibberd, May, Bowie. I think that's how you say his name.
Bowie?
Is it? I thought it was Bowie.
Yeah,
Jake Bowie. One of them. Halfback, McVee, Lever, Brayshaw. Centre, you've got Pickett starting on the wing, which is interesting. Viney and Langdon. Half forward, you've got Hunter, McDonald, Neil Bullen. Full forward, Sparrow, Van Rooyen, Chandler. Followers, obviously gone in the ruck, Oliver and Petrarca. Interchange, Salem, Rivers, Joel Smith, Bailey, Fritsch. A few interesting, I mean, I don't think players always necessarily start where they're named, but McCreary on the ball. Does he play there?
Not usually.
No, I didn't even pick that up when you went through. That's a good pickup there, Taz. Obviously, Brodie Grundy there, first emergency too. So
yeah, emergencies for Melbourne, Grundy, Bailey Laurie, Adam Tomlinson, and James Jordan. G'day, Artie. Welcome, mate. He's picked D's by 15 points.
I'm going to follow suit with Artie. I reckon D's by 20, though. I reckon they're going to be too good.
Egi?
Oh, I've got Collingwood by a goal.
By a goal? I think it'll be close. I'm going to say Demons by 2 points. It's going to be wet. It's going to be cold. Atmosphere is going to be insane.
It's going to be real bit. I think it's sold out. They reckon it's sold out by midday.
Yeah. 4 hours, wasn't it?
4 hours or something. Opens at 8 o'clock, sold out at midday.
That is amazing.
That's a G. There's what, 95,000 there.
Yeah, that's huge. Remember when they used to get over 100 there? Then they had to cut it back because of IHNS?
I do remember that. And I heard earlier today, I don't know if this will happen, but the AFL's praying that the Pies lose this game and Carlton win. Because imagine a Carlton Pies grand in the final.
Oh, mate.
I reckon
massive.
I reckon it'd be a lot better if they met at the end of September.
Oh, I can't see Carlton going all the way to the granny. Who's
I
going
can't
to
see it.
Brisbane
No.
at Brisbane? That's a terrible run. Brisbane at Brisbane.
Yeah, it's going to be, even the week after, if it's Melbourne or Collingwood, it's a tough game.
Yeah.
That's a tough game. Another interesting position choice is Lockie Hunter on the half forward flank and Keziah Pickett on the wing. Normally, you'd think it'd be the other way around.
Other way around. They might just be trying to get a bit of pace. Maybe someone to go with Josh out there.
Well, Pickett's Pickett's been starting on the ball at the first centre bounce of each quarter. I don't know if you saw this. He's been starting on the ball, first centre bounce every quarter, and he's actually been getting a clearance, but then not going back in there.
And then just running forward.
Yeah,
On
and then
the wing.
staying
He might
forward.
be running on the wing, yeah.
So
But
Pickett's
you never know.
got.
That could be out there to shut down side bottom or Dacos. You never know.
That's true. I mean, Dacos, outstanding year.
Yes.
Absolutely outstanding year this year. Both of them, yeah, 100%, 100%. It's going to be a cracking year. I'm genuinely really excited for it.
And this next game, Brisbane Port Adelaide, is going to be an absolute cracker also.
I think all of them will be.
Yeah.
So last time they played up there, I think Port Adelaide snapped them round one. Or was that over in Adelaide that game?
I can't remember that far back.
I think it was in Adelaide. I don't think they've lost at the Gabba all year.
No, so that's going to be whoever versus Brisbane. They win this week. I'm pretty sure they're guaranteed a grand final. Brisbane.
Well, I heard a stat that Brisbane are 48 from 51 or 52 games at the Gabba.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. If
that is huge. They won't lose at the Gabba. They'll be in the grand final and get spanked in the grand final.
Well, they've been playing the
thoughts.
MCG pretty well this year too. Marvel, they haven't. The MCG, they've been playing.
No, other way around. Marvel have been smashing it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of them.
Yeah, they don't lose much at Marvel at all. It's insane just how good they go.
So I've got Brisbane winning that one anyway by 5 points, I'll say.
I got Brisbane pretty comfortably, about 24.
Yeah, I was thinking 4 goals.
Yeah. I think, I just think Brisbane are going to be too good up there.
Yeah, and we're a bit early for the team sheets for those ones, but we go through the team sheets on them too.
Yeah,
absolutely. I have got a question for you, though, once we go through the next 2 games as well.
All right, so next up, we've got Carlton, Sydney.
Oh, Artie's got Brisbane by 45.
45, it wouldn't shock me.
That's huge.
How do you see? Down here, see, Sydney have played pretty well down here, but I think I'm going to have to give the edge to Carlton.
How do you think the ground's going to be? It's going to be wet tomorrow night around game time. You're going to play on it all night, and then there's going to be wet Friday, and then Friday night they're going to come out and play on it.
It's going to be like the old Waverley Park, as Turtle said in our chat the other day.
Yeah, it's going to be well and truly, which I don't know who that favours more. Probably Sydney.
I genuinely don't know. Both teams are contested beasts.
And
you know what I mean?
Got the tall marking forwards with the small forwards at their feet. So
correct. I think it's going to be a cracking game, but I don't think it'll be very high scoring at all. Maybe it might be a 30 to 40 points like total. But I think it's going to be a hard fought slog, and the team that wins it deserves to win it because it would be a hard game.
Yep.
Oh, well, you've set me up here. You've put the games in the wrong order. The Brisbane Port's the last game played.
I was thinking that, but that's all right. We'll just keep going through.
Right up. Then we've got St Kilda GWS. Oh, did you boys give your tips on that one? Carlton, Sydney?
I'm going Carlton by a point.
Yeah.
I'm going Swans.
You're going against his...
Well, I'm going Swans.
He has to. He's done it for the last 10 rounds and they haven't lost. So he has to.
Get him off the show.
Swans by 7 points. I'm wearing all the Carlton gear. I'm saying lids off, but the Swans win by 7.
And I'm back against your own team in finals. That's blasphemy.
Mate, do you know what? I'm still torn. All right, I'm still suffering from the previous 25 years or whatever it is.
Don't care. You call yourself a fan.
Still got no faith. He's got here my picks for the weekend are Pies, Port, Swans, and GWS.
He's gone complete different to me.
Yeah.
The only one we got the same is the next round, St Kilda, GWS. I think GWS is going to score too much.
Yeah, I think so too.
Do you reckon, because that game as well is at the MCG after a thrashed out MCG?
Are they all the G? I thought one was at Marvel.
No,
all at the G. One of them at the G. That's why they're all on different days.
No, well, they're on different days to coincide. You can't have a game on Sunday because then it's unfair for the following week. So the teams that are going to play are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So there's no extra breaks or...
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
To try and make it as easy as possible. As fair as possible, sorry. That's what I meant, not easy. I've gone GW. I think GWS will win pretty comfortably.
St Kilda, if the long St Kilda from 4 weeks ago rock up, they could probably do it. But if it's the defensive one that they played the last round of the year, I think GWS is too good.
Did you say the Geelong St Kilda?
Yeah, the one that played against Geelong.
Oh, I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Football, mate. Football. I'm just trying to give you an edge. The game they played against Geelong, they were elite in attack.
Got a couple of other people here. So Sneaky, I nearly called him Snaky again. Sneaky's got D's, Port, Blues, GWS. Artie's put GWS by 75 points. And Sneaky still doesn't understand how St Kilda are playing finals.
It's been called in patches.
Yeah. It just goes to show.
But if you look at the ease of draw, they rated the draw by points of how hard and how sort of hard the season was based on where everyone is now. St Kilda ranked number 1 for easy draws.
They also banked wins early.
Yeah.
They got that sugar rush from the new coach, as they call it now, and they banked wins early.
But they did say, yeah, St Kilda had the easiest draw and Port Adelaide's had the hardest draw in there.
Have they really?
They ranked Port Adelaide's run the hardest and finished in top 3 in the hardest draw. Pretty impressive.
So Port Adelaide will play. Oh, sorry. If Port Adelaide lose, I'm getting ahead of myself here. They will play the winner of this game.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So the winner out of Carlton Sydney plays Collingwood Melbourne into Brisbane.
Correct.
So that side is pretty much.
That's a tough run.
That's
a really tough run.
That's why I was like, Collingwood has to win if they want to make the grand final. I reckon.
So we reckon we're locking in Brisbane. Everyone's just about to lock them in, playing the gap all the way to the. So you want to be on that other draw. So GWS.
So does that mean
sneaky chance of going 8 or 6 to 1?
So does that mean that it could be a Brisbane GWS grand final?
It can be, yes.
Or it could be a Brisbane Port. So we're saying that either Brisbane versus Port Adelaide or Brisbane versus St Kilda or GWS is going to be the grand final. Is that what we're saying?
That's what you're saying.
So it's Collingwood, Melbourne, St Kilda, GWS, Port Adelaide. I think Carlton and Sydney are in trouble.
Yep, I agree.
Play Brisbane. So the loser of Collingwood, Melbourne's in trouble because they've got to play Brisbane, but the winner of that plays Port Adelaide, St Kilda, or GWS to get in. I think the Brisbane side is pretty much sealed.
I think it's out of Brisbane, Collingwood, Melbourne. That's my thoughts.
All season I've been saying it's going to be a Collingwood Brisbane grand final. So we're only going to see
this week. We've got tomorrow night to prove it. Well, you don't have to. Brisbane could lose to Port and be on the other side of the bracket.
Well, Collingwood and Melbourne could be the same as well. Collingwood could lose and then they could still meet in the grand final.
Yeah.
But this is where when the season's as tight as what it has been, this is where top 4 having the double chance is crucial.
And it's as I was talking to a few blokes today. Anyone can beat any one of these games. We're saying that Brisbane's a certainty only on the home ground, but Port Adelaide on a good day have beaten Brisbane and shown they can beat Brisbane. So
they can beat anyone.
St Kilda can beat GWS. Sydney and Carlton can both win that. Melbourne and Collingwood's a dead set flip of the coin. A dead set flip of the coin.
Yep. Well, you look at it, any of those teams can beat any of those teams.
Yeah, we're only sure on Brisbane because of the home crowd advantage, but finals is a different breed of footy.
Yeah, 100%. What would we be saying if it was Port Brisbane at Port's ground?
Yeah, it's at Port's home.
Yeah. But
that's crazy.
That's not worrying about St Kilda and Carlton because they don't have any finals experience in their team.
Yeah, I agree with that. If Carlton miraculously make it through, I still won't believe it. So we've got here Hurdy. GWS is the team that travels the most, and they've won everyone on the road pretty much. And he's got Pies, Port, and GWS are his 3 picks for the flag. And Sneaky's got, I think it'll be Melbourne plus one of the others.
No, I think it's GWS is my sneaky as well. The way they've been performing.
Yeah.
I think they're the ones that will have we say easy round, but easiest out of those games, I think. Well, St Kilda will come out and win by 100 now that I've said this, but
GWS have finals experience in their team. They've got Josh Kelly, they've got Cornelia, they've got Toby Green.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've actually already Callum Ward.
And they lost the grand final in 2011. No, not 2011.
2017?
Yeah, 2018 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, 18 was Collingwood West Coast.
Oh,
So it
was
might have been
So it was the
19.
year after. It would have been the year after. It'll be the year after then.
Yeah. So they've got a list that has
Because
got finals experience
GWS knocked out Collingwood to get into the grand final.
and lost to Richmond.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. They've got players with finals experience, so I'm not concerned about GWS.
Who's got lines out in straight sets?
Ooh, that's his prediction.
Well, that's
Is that what
Interesting.
Herdy said?
yeah.
Oh, I've got Pies out in straight sets.
See,
He's been saying this for months.
Heard he's saying Port will win this
prove you
week,
wrong.
and then Artie's got Melbourne Premiers. So I think a lot of people are jumping on the Melbourne bandwagon.
Yeah.
But it still wouldn't surprise me to see Melbourne Collingwood play off in the grand final.
That's going to be a tough way to do it, but
It will be, absolutely.
mate, you could put any two of those teams in the grand final. Apart from Sydney Carlton, obviously, and St Kilda GWS. They're the only runs you can rule out.
Yeah.
I can't see St Kilda or Port Adelaide in there.
You can't see Port making it?
No.
They were in good form midway through the season.
Yeah.
But it's not midway
Well, that's
through the season.
Collingwood were in good form midway through the season.
Absolutely, they were. And
Everyone keeps saying Collingwood went 18-5 or 19-4, I think it was. But the last month, it's 2 from 4. It's 3 from 5, or 2 from 5 in the last month and a half.
injuries as well. Injuries they've been hit hard. They had a really good injury run up until the last probably 6 weeks of the season.
The worst time to get injuries.
100%, 100%. We've just got sneaky here, just, poking the bear a little bit. I had Collingwood out in straight sets.
Yeah, that's what
It
I
is a
said
wish,
too.
Herdy. It is a wish, Herdy. I blame Turtle.
I did say only because of their form.
I just realised what you said. That's funny. That's actually funny. Question without notice. All right. One player or maximum 2 players from each team that you're looking forward to watching this final series.
I've got my first straight away is Toby Green.
Yep.
So you actually let's start. We'll go backwards through. So we'll start with GWS. You've got Toby Green.
I've got Toby Green and Marshall. I think Marshall's going to have a big. If they're to win, it'll be on Marshall's back.
Yep.
I like it. Eggy,
I probably go the same. Or what's that young fella from St Kilda? I'd be like to watch him.
Mitch Owens.
That's it, Mitch Owens.
Yep. What about GWS?
I want to see Toby Green and probably Stephen Coniglia. See how he goes.
Yeah, I like it. I've definitely Toby Green.
Yeah, Green's my boy.
And I hope he gets in. I hope he gets back from injury if they win this week. It's Sam Taylor as fullback for GWS. I think watching him in finals against the B forwards that some of these teams have, I think that would be amazing. For St Kilda, I really want to see King.
We're just going 2 players each for each game. You guys have just
2 from each, maximum 2 from each team.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
St Kilda, I've got King. King, yeah, young kid. This will really test him to see how he goes, how the shoulder is as well,
How ready he is.
and how ready he is. Yeah, I think he'll love it.
Right, Port Adelaide, Brisbane. You can go first, Tassie. Brisbane.
Brisbane, I want to see Cam Rayner turn it on. He's got all the potential in the world, and he looks like he could be a big game player like a Martin or a De Goey or, you know what I mean, or a Petrarca. Yeah. I really want to see him turn it on. He's probably the only one from Brisbane. Port Adelaide, I've got to say Butters.
Yes.
Butters,
I think,
yes. Big time game.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to him.
So.
I think he's broken out this year significantly, and I'm really looking forward to him tearing it up.
What do you reckon his chances after the Brownlow?
They're up there.
They'll definitely be up there.
Yeah.
He had a few quiet weeks, but every player has.
Yeah.
What about you, Eggy?
You're going Eggy first? Or?
Oh, sorry. Yep.
I want to see Butters, and I'd like to see Charlie Cameron see how he goes over finals, see if he can.
The motorbike. Port Adelaide, I've got a controversial one. So I've obviously got Butters, but then I've got something I thought I'd never say.
Jason Horn-Francis.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say it.
want him to have a crack. I want him to get in there, go hard, see what he can do in finals.
Yeah.
And just get everyone off his back.
Yeah. He's played well this year.
He has.
No, he has. And Brisbane, they're all stars. Brisbane there's no one really I'm looking for. Neil's obviously the obvious one.
And
Yeah,
Dunkley's another one.
especially after his comment about missing the All Australian this year, looking Neil, he's going to turn it up for finals.
Turn it up for the finals, yeah. I reckon he'll have a big one. But I just hope, Horn Francis. I thought I'd never say that, but just hope people get off his back. Just have a big game. And
Purdy's got here DeGoey, Butters, Toby Green, and Errol Goulden are the players he's looking forward to. And Sneaky's jumped the gun as well.
Well, yeah, I think we're all hanging to see what Cripper does in finals.
Yeah, 100%. That's the game we're up to now.
Yeah, Carlton Sydney. I'll go first. Goulden was mine. Goulden and Warner. Goulden out on that wing has been outstanding this year, obviously, because he was the other All-Australian winger, wasn't he?
Yes.
He's the All-Australian winger. Last game, absolutely remarkable. Blakey's the other one. I want to see
Lizard. The old Lizard.
Back. I want to see how he can go in the finals. Carlton, I've got. You haven't played finals, so we've got just name the whole side. See how they go in finals.
That's it. Like, I want to see Charlie Kerner and Cripper. See how they go.
Yeah, Kerner, Cripper. See if they rock up.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm going to say one different. I'm going to go Ches, Adam Shearer.
Oh yeah.
I just think that he's had an outstanding season before he got injured, as you know, Moisty, because you had him in your super coach.
Yeah, mate, he was dominating.
He was smashing it. So yeah, Adam Shearer for me, and Charlie Curnow, obviously. For Sydney, Errol Goulden and Tom Papley.
Papley?
Yeah, love the old Paps me. I think he's great.
Okay. All right, then we've got probably the blockbuster on Thursday night.
I don't think Egi gave us a Sydney tip, did he?
Nah, I didn't. I'm not. I don't know their team too well. So.
He didn't want to give us a Sydney.
Nah.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Then we've got Eggy's Mob taking on Melbourne. I've got Gawn. I just want to see Gawn dominating finals again.
Yeah,
Gawn and track.
Yeah, MVP. Oliver, see how he comes back. He's
Yep.
got a couple of. He got tagged out of his first game back, but last week he was pretty good, or the week before. Collingwood, young Joshy Dacos on that wing. I love my wingers.
I like it. I like it. What about you, Exeter?
I want to see Jordan DeGoey. He's named at 4-4, but I don't know how long he'll stay there for.
Yep.
I'm going to keep a close eye on Will Hoskin-Elliott and Markov and Lipinski.
Don't you?
Yeah, well, I was like, I just want to see what they're like compared to what Noble would have been like, and I'm thinking maybe they've gone for a little bit of extra height. I don't know, but I'm surprised to see him out. That's for sure.
Might be a late call up.
There might be a few niggles maybe.
That's what I thought. But then when people said that he was devastated after some of the teammates had to console him after the selections, and I thought maybe there isn't.
Yeah, possibly, but it still could be a laid out as well.
That's true.
And he gets in.
It's like 86 games straight he's played apparently.
Yeah, huge.
What we hear on the noise, Markov sustained a foot injury. Eggy's there with a pole in the background.
Markov foot injury and shaved mustache. I'm looking forward to Pickett. I think he's been in the system a few years now, and I think he's got that X factor about him. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him on the big stage again. He obviously Truck, Gawn, those sort of players, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to Pickett. DeGoey was one of the ones. He's a big time finals player, and I love watching him in finals. But also Quaynor.
Yes,
he's been a quiet achiever, isn't he?
I wouldn't say quiet, but that's what
for general supporters, or
yeah, like he's not well known apart from the diehards.
No,
but he was a contest very often.
And he was named in the 44 for the All Australian, so obviously someone's noticed.
Yeah, definitely.
AFL fans and supporters and the All Australian picking team had noticed, but I mean, the average Joe watching Collingwood play for the first time wouldn't know.
No, that's true.
And one last one, Elliott, Jamie Elliott, just a big time player, huge. So, yeah, I just thought that would be a good little question without notice to get an idea of what your thoughts are.
We're doing.
Artie here's got Joe Danaher to have massive impact in finals. Hurdy would hate to hear that. Hurdy's got here. They chose 2 wingers for All Australian, and then Hurdy lost 4 one-on-ones for the year. That's Quaynor. He's only lost 4 one-on-ones for the year. That is massive. And Artie wants to know if Van Rooyen, I think he was meant to write, can he stand up in finals?
That's a good one, actually. I Van Rooyen, but he's been pretty good all year. But they need that key forward to make a mark.
Just notice something else here. Jeremy Howe, half forward. They put him forward again.
Yeah, but they've been doing that a bit lately.
Because he's usually a good markup forward.
I wonder if that is to play as kind of a defensive forward on May or Lever to stop their intercepting.
Maybe.
No, but I think they target him when he goes down there, though.
Yeah, but because he's a good mark. So is May and Lever.
So they've got to stay on him.
Yeah. I think that'll be. Yeah, Hurdy's got he'll play on Lever. Yep, look at that. I should be a coach.
And that's maybe why they got to go out forward to get those crumbs.
Yep. And McCreary, I'd imagine, will go up there as well.
Yeah. Well, they got McCreary.
We will find out tomorrow night, boys.
We shall.
Thursday night footy. How good.
Clearly excited. All Australian team. What do you reckon? Let's look at it.
I'll go from the halfback, fullback. We've got Sicily, Wilkie, Stewart. Now the first surprise there. I'll just read the whole thing, then we'll go.
No, go line by line. We've got time.
Line by line. All right. So Sicily, obviously, like Stewart, Wilkie was my surprise, but then I realised there's a lot of key backs that haven't played enough games this year.
Was Stewart a lock?
I thought Stewart was a lock before he got injured.
How many games did he miss?
I only missed 4, I think. Maybe 5. You've only got to play 16, but there's a lot of key backs there that missed. Taylor probably should have.
Yeah, Sam Taylor, Harris Andrews, even Wiedering from Carlton.
Not taking anything away from Wilkie. I think Wilkie was better than those last 2 you said, but I think Taylor was the man if he'd played enough games.
Yeah, I think so too. But Wilkie had an outstanding season as well.
Huge season. Wilkie's a genuine jet.
And I like that they've actually looked at everyone across the board and picked players in
their positions.
Positions. Yep.
And he was a big reason of St Kilda's wins too. There.
Absolutely, him and the next bloke on the next line.
Yeah, so then we might as well go through there. We've got Jack Sinclair, Darcy Moore, and Dan Houston. I don't think anyone was surprised with any of those.
No. Eggy?
I was good to see Darcy Moore in there, obviously. Dan Houston's been pretty good. I think he kicked one of the winning goals. I can't remember what game it was.
He did.
I remember seeing that goal. And Jack Sinclair's been pretty good all year too.
He's the number 1 ranked player in the AFL, going on positional statistics.
What a significant improvement he has had in the last 2 seasons. He was a substitute the first year the sub came back in for 7 games straight. And now look at him. He'd be the first picked every week.
Yeah, nearly the first on the board.
That's just a great story.
And then the next line I was really impressed with because they actually went with 2 genuine wingers.
Yeah.
Joshy Dacos, Marcus Bontempelli, and Errol Goulden, which I don't think anyone could argue with those either.
No.
I think Bontempelli should have been on the wing.
No, we can't have midfielders.
I'm joking.
Dacos and Goulden were the genuine wingers of the year, and they deserve to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm more than happy with that line.
Now, I was shocked in the next row when I read it out. So I've got Rosie, Taylor Walker, and Petrarca. And the one I'm shocked in there is Rosie because he was the most midfielded player for Port Adelaide all season with like 85%. Petrarca spent 50-50, but Rosie he's a midfielder.
Correct.
A bit different, disappointed with that pick there.
Who would you have instead?
Larkin.
It's a list of half forward flanks you could have. I wouldn't have had Larky there. I don't think you need 3 talls.
I agree with that.
But off the top of my head, Dusty's had a killer season across there.
100% who I was thinking of.
Dusty, yeah, he's
Yep.
had a killer season across there. There are a few more. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but
I think Dusty's
Rosé deserved to be in the team, but I don't think he should have been in the half forward line.
could have been the sub if they actually included a sub. Handy sub to come on.
Yeah, so that was my thoughts on that line.
Otherwise, I think Walker and Petrarca 100%.
I think they needed to fit Rosé in though, and I think that's the spot they had for him. That's the
Yep.
spot they had left. So, then we had Charlie Cameron, Charlie Curnow, and Tom Green.
Toby Green.
Toby Green, I've gone the wrong Green. Now,
Who
I
was
surprised
captain?
about that. Toby Green captain, which I thought was a good captain. Since he come back, Giants went on an absolute tear, and I don't want to say it's all his fault, but 90% of the reason was probably his captaincy, I would have thought.
Yeah, absolutely. Hasn't he matured too? Yeah. Except for the little Wiedering incident with the comments and whatnot. He's matured a lot. Well, yeah, but it should have been. It was a fine, which is what Toby got to start with. But Toby did it 2 weeks in a row. That's why he got suspended.
Yeah, gotcha.
And it wasn't even on the eye that was cut.
It doesn't matter. No eye in our sport. No, but yeah, he has matured a lot, and I think he's the big reason they're playing finals.
Yep.
He absolutely dominated down that forward line.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Followers, probably best ruckman all year, Tim English, Zach Butters, and then Nick Dacos.
Not sure about English.
Yeah, well, I thought maybe Gorn, but Gorn had a lot of time off at the start of the year, didn't he?
And I don't think Gorn 8 week spell in the middle where he's pretty.
Are you going Marshall? If you're not going one of those three, then
Marshall, 100% Marshall.
I think like Marshall was big, but I think English was just bigger.
English's second half of the season was not anywhere near as good as Marshall's.
No, but the first half was twice as good as Marshall's.
Agreed. But I think Marshall was more consistent across the whole year. Yeah, that's just my thoughts.
I think English was probably the first one picked in the side, and I'm happy to go ahead and say that. I think
Curnow would have been.
Marshall was probably the Coleman medalist is normally the first one picked, isn't he?
Yeah.
But the other two, Butters and Dacos, 100% locks.
Yeah. No way Dacos was missing out. Both the Dacos brothers are in there. That's good to see.
Yeah. Josh really stepped up this year.
Well, he stepped up more when Nick went out as well. So he was playing good all season, but when Nick went out, he just went to another level. Yeah.
Well, when Nick got drafted, he went to another level, and then he was stepped up again, and now he's stepped up again. Like, how far can these two boys go?
I know, they're just going to try and outdo each other.
I think he's sort of sick of everyone talking about Nick, so he's, hang on. I'm the better Dacos, let's go.
But the thing is, he's got the potential. He's just been a bit of a late, well, it's not even a late bloomer. He's still only, 23 or 4?
Nick, there's kids that come along once in a generation. You look at Nick and Sheasel, and you don't get those kids very often.
No. And because Nick comes in and raises the bar, so he's like, well, I've got to raise the bar again. See, if when he comes in, he raises the bar, and he's one of the top players, he's like, well, I'm doing good. But then if someone comes in and does better, then you're like, oh, you don't realise you can't do, you need to do better.
A big thing behind those is I think those two, they didn't go number one pick, so there wasn't the pressure on those two.
Nick did, didn't he?
No,
he didn't go number one. No, he didn't go number one because Collingwood father-son him. He went about 3 or 4, I think, because they didn't pick him because they knew he was going father-son.
Yeah. They had to wait for someone to bid on him, basically.
Had to bid on him before they could, and I think it was 3 or 4. Don't quote me on that, but he definitely.
Oh, that's right. The Cadman or something went first, didn't he, from GWS? Yep. Do you want to move through to the interchange?
Yeah, then we've got Caleb Sarong, Zach Merritt, Dawson, and Nick Larkey. I'm
okay with all that.
Well, Larkey had to get in there, and I hear people saying you don't want 3 talls, but kicking 70-plus goals in a side that won 3 games.
Yep.
It's nearly won a Coleman on a side that's won 3 games. It's huge.
Brendan Favola vibes, I get.
Yeah. Merritt's been huge all year. Sarong's been huge, and Dawson was unlucky not to start.
Merritt changed his game too.
Yeah. He's another one that could have been swapped for Rosie because I think he spent a lot more. No, he spent a lot more time back, didn't he?
On ball.
On the
Yep,
ball.
he was captain on ball. People were questioning the decision. But yeah, overall, I think that's a pretty good side. Hurdy is here. He's put we all know it was his side. Had 17 out of the 22, which is a bloody good effort.
Yeah.
It's a very good effort.
That is an absolutely fantastic effort by yourself, Hurdy. So that's the all Australian team.
Which would be hard pressed to find any team to beat that, really.
Yeah.
I heard there was something like 13 debutants this year, which is a good.
Well, Wilkie.
Good showing. You've got Larky.
Wilkie, Larky, Dawson, yep. Dacos, obviously, both of them.
Both Dacos.
Who else would be?
Texas first year.
No.
It was Texas first All Australian jumper.
You serious?
So,
yeah.
Tex and Goulden.
Goulden's first. That's 6.
Sinclair? Was he last year?
No, yeah, it would have been Sinclair too. That's 7.
Houston?
Then you've got Goulden. Goulden's first year.
I've counted Goulden. I'm up to 9 so far.
Yep, Houston.
10.
Rosie.
Sarong. Yes. Oh, yeah, Butters, Rosie.
Sarong is 13.
That's huge.
13 first timers.
Yeah, 100% Hurdy. We were saying before, Sam Taylor, if he had played it, probably only needed 1 or 2 more games and he would have.
14, I think. I think you need 16.
Yeah. I think 1 or 2 more games and he would have absolutely been selected. Geez, I can't wait for tomorrow night.
No, it's going to be a good game.
It's going to be a great game.
I'm so keen. So keen. Because there was no games on the weekend, we haven't really got much else to cover, boys. We've covered a lot.
We've just got Egi Sports Review.
Yeah,
we do.
Hurdy's also put that Noah Anderson and Taranto was stiff not to get in there.
Taranto didn't even make the squad.
No, I didn't even make 44.
I thought that was...
big to rise, but...
Yep.
But genuinely, they don't take midfielders from bottom. Got to go through and see if they've got one in the team. But, bottom 8 sides don't normally get the midfielders taken up.
Yeah, that is true. That's funny, though. I love how you're like, I better check. Oh, they got Sarong.
Make sure they didn't go in.
They got Sarong. Freo finished near bottom.
Interchange, though.
Any excuse. All right. Segment, Egi Sports Review. Let's rock it.
All right, UFC 293 is on Sunday, and it's in Sydney, where the champ Israel Adesanya takes on Sean Strickland. He's the seed number 5th or 6th at the moment, actually. I think that the belt's on the line. Also, I wonder what song Tied to Avasa is going to walk out to when he takes on Alexander Volkov.
I've got a bit of inside goss for this. So they're looking at Strawberry Kick It.
I thought so, because, whatchamacallit?
She's going to sing it live.
Oh, is she?
She's going to sing it live and walk out with him.
I did hear that, yeah. Cause
Why?
Oh, she's a fan.
Yeah, because she's a fan, and
They
who brought it up? Because when the first,
they were interviewing Taito Ibasa, and he said, "What are you going to?" And so one of them went, "Oh, I hope it's Strawberry."
Yeah, Nick off
that's on my list.
Fox FM, and he said, "Yeah, that's off my list."
That's on the list, and then
Mickey
Webster heard that and said, "I'd be happy to come walk out with him and sing it live."
Because
she's known for this one song.
Yeah, and it come back out again too when like Matildas were playing as well.
Yeah, because Matildas had it going in the dressing room.
And didn't she play it live at the closing or the opening?
The closing, I think, the final game. I think.
Terrible.
Yeah.
No, she's a big fan, and she got asked at an interview, and she said she'd love to set it up.
Oh, that's awesome.
But he's known for his walk out to Barbie Girl. All those
so he just doesn't care.
No, true Aussie.
No, he's entertaining to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, he wins. You see a shoey. A shoey comes out when he wins. Walking back to the dressing room, does about.
Eddie said she's known for singing the national anthem. That's that was in the 2000 Sydney Olympics, wasn't it?
It sure was.
Yeah, because of Strawberry Kisses.
Yeah.
Canista. What's that?
What's
that, Artie? What's that, Artie? What are you talking, bro? What are you
Price
talking?
24. Just Google it. And so there's a whole betting market on what song to walk out to.
Is it?
Strawberry Kisses paying $3.
Is it? What's the favourite?
I'm not. Trice, what's the favourite?
Oh, that's funny. That is actually funny.
Yeah, spring racing was back on the weekend. We had a group run race where we saw in Melbourne with the Memsies, where Mr. Brightside won, making it back-to-back wins this prep, beating Princess Grace and the Everett's favourite, I Wish I Win. Alligator Blood went a little bit too hard early, but then got a bit slow in its run late. Also, we saw in a Group 2 race in Sydney, we had Nature Strip in the Concord, where Remark won impressively, within Secret coming a close second and Bella Nipotina behind him, and Eduardo faded late too as well. So, but I think after that race, that Nature Strip's gone retired.
Yeah, he's hanging up the bulls. They've let him go.
Thrice says that the favourites are Fast Car by Luke Combs at $2.20.
Got to be interesting.
Yeah.
What's that for? Oh,
For tied to Avasa.
what's the song?
Fast Car.
Luke Coombs. He did a version of it.
Yeah. No,
Do you
I've
have a
got
fast
Wicked.
car?
He's got to have Nicky Webster coming out.
He does.
You're gonna back it, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, imagine Tai Tuivasa seeing this. It gives his mate, hang on, we're coming at Nicky Webster, just load up. How much money you can make on this?
Oh, mate. Oh,
And this
jeez.
Saturday, the number one sprinter's back. Giga Kick is taking on the 5-year-old Kiwi sprinter Imperatrice, who's had 14 wins from 22 starts, so that should be a good race.
It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and then I think next week Amelia Jewell's been named to come over from WA and start her spring prep, so that could be a good one to watch at Flemington next week.
Racing season is upon us.
Yes, it's spring carnival,
Spring finals,
spring
carnival, nothing.
Oh, we got Bathurst. We got Bathurst.
Not into Bathurst. I mean, AFLW is going to go for about 10 weeks, so that'll be all right.
What are we going to the Cup this year, Tassie?
I've never been to the Cup.
Never been to the Melbourne Cup?
Never been.
We might have to make it.
I've never been to the Melbourne Cup either, actually.
Haven't you? Eggy, you want to come?
Well, maybe.
So we'll talk to you about this off. It's pretty busy. It's a good time, though.
Yeah.
Is it?
I went when I was 17. But obviously, the Melbourne Cup, everything's busy. You can drink, bet, whatever you want when you're 17.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously, you weren't drinking, being under 18, of course.
Yeah.
No, you meant to say no. We're on a show here.
No underage drinking at all. But no, it's good fun.
Oh, Artie's got Premier League is hot right now. That is true. Actually, I do know a lot of people that are watching the Premier League this season.
What time does that start?
Oh, Artie watches every game and he's wrecked the next day.
It's like 2 a.m., isn't it?
11 p.m.
Yeah.
And then 5 a.m.
For the Matildas, I suppose, but they were a bit early.
11 p.m., 5 a.m. It usually goes between those times. So I usually just try and watch the highlights or something.
See, it's like me in basketball. I love to watch basketball season, but it's the same.
Yeah, same with NFL. Like anything overseas is really hard for us.
Unless it's UFC, then it's always on a Sunday.
No, UFC. Do not miss UFC. We had one on Saturday. The last one with Zombie.
Oh, yep.
On the way, Zombie. That was start time 7 p.m. on a Saturday. That was a bit of a shock to us. We got to sit down for a few cans instead of having to worry about work.
That's good.
And got home at 3 a.m., didn't you?
Yeah, it was not fun.
Who wants to go through this first? The shout out. Who wants to do that?
The shout out.
I can do that. If you've missed out or want to rewatch or listen, check out our YouTube, Spotify. Also, we do our TikTok, which Eggy, me, and Taylor try and put as much stuff as we can on. But I don't think we get to it as much as we could. Or if you want, get a hold of us, just shout out in the Discord. All links will be found below or in the bio.
I think I'm going to talk another question without notice, boys. I love doing this sometimes. I think the show's been pretty good this year. Do you think we're going to start looking at an Instagram or maybe our own Twitch channel or something like that?
You'd have to get me on Instagram first. I don't think I'm on Instagram, so one of you two would have to set that up. But I'm happy to do whatever. You boys teach me how to do it. I had a bit of fun doing this year.
I'd love to try and get people to, similar to what they're doing on Ben and Harry's podcast, where they send in like a voice message, and Instagram's really good for that.
Yep.
and then we can play that live on the show, and they can get our thoughts or whatnot, and you can get some entertaining ones as well.
Come on, North.
Just a thought. I sent one in.
No, I'm happy.
I sent one into Ben and Harry. Didn't get played, and I think it's because I was trying to promote our show. TikTok on another day or night. What's that mean, Artu?
I think that's, are we going to go on another day or not? I don't think we've decided yet, but it might be later in the week, or are we going earlier?
Yes, that's still a TBC. To be confirmed.
I think we're going to earlier show, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because we want to try and get a bit earlier, maybe 7:30ish or something. But it'll depend on other commitments. We don't get paid or anything for this. We don't want to. I mean, we do eventually. That'd be lovely, but we just do this because we enjoy it.
Starts giving me an eggy cut.
TikTok live stream would be good. Just got to get up our followers. So make sure you get over and follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, 100%.
We could probably do the live stream at the same time as this.
There is a way to do it, I think.
I can get over 1,000 followers, don't you?
What have we got? 7?
Live stream,
yeah.
Oh, I can get us 1,000 followers. Don't worry about that.
you got to start posting on it.
No. You just like famous people. They like you back. You follow you back. No, they do. You just follow everyone. They follow you back.
Oh my goodness!
The easiest way to get 1,000 followers there is.
That is terrible, Moisty. Artie's all over this TikTok stuff. Look at it. Maybe he should be our TikTok manager.
Maybe get a TikTok manager in.
Artie, would you like to put your hand up for it, mate? You probably don't have time, a bit like us at the moment.
We've been flat out at work, which is why we've been struggling a bit with all the TikToks.
Absolutely. I've loved it, and we'll take that a bit more off air. But any suggestions you guys have got, like Artie's done, put in chat or send us a message on TikTok. Or Discord or any of the platforms.
Account too, because I've got a new phone, boys. So.
Yeah,
that is not a problem.
I'm the same, actually.
That is not a problem. That's it. I'm done.
That's it. Let's get to the Thursday night of footy.
That's absolutely one more sleep. Hopefully, you get some sleep tonight, Eggy, and not up excited too much.
No, I'm more stressed than excited. More worried.
So you don't have to be stressed because you've got the double chance.
Yeah,
but I'm more stressed. Like if we lose tomorrow, I don't see us getting there.
Don't see you making it.
Yeah, could be wrong, but
a win to make it. You reckon?
Yeah.
Noble will come back in, get best on ground that week after.
Yeah.
In a losing side.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Let's hope this weekend's explosive finals round of footy.
I can't get any more explosive. We know 2 teams are going to get dropped out, that's for sure.
Go in the baggers.
All right, boys. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.